Hey guys, it's your girl Linnee and welcome to InnerBeautyOut. Today we're doing a quick eyebrow tutorial and I hope you enjoy it. First we go in with a small angle brush by Sigma followed by a Jordana brow powder duo in the shade medium. So we're trying to create a subtle transition or gradient from the beginning of the brow all the way to the end. So I use the powder powder just to lighten the front hairs and kind of fill them up and make them appear a little more full versus going in automatically with the gel cream. Now to make sure that I don't overdraw my eyebrows and make them too thick, I line the edges of the brow bone with concealer. I'm going in with NC50 by MAC Studio Concealer, and I do that on both brows to just have a more precise edge. Once I'm done lining the brow, I go in with my Sonia Kashuk spoolie and I just brush the hairs up and make sure that I kind of blend in the brow powder in with my natural brows. Then I go back in with MAC's Deep Dark Brunette brow gel, and I use the same small angle brush by Sigma, and I go in not at the beginning of the brow bone but towards the center and basically create the line towards the edge of the brow. I do the same thing on the top portion of the brow, but I actually start a little lighter towards the inner portion of the brow. I don't want to put a lot of product, so once I go in first, I build what I want to look like before actually dipping back into the dip brow. All short strokes are really important here so that you're not going in too intense. It's better to build the color or coverage that you want versus going in full throttle and then you can't take away from the look. So this is my method, my personal method of going in. So once I feel like I've gotten the amount of product that I want on my brows, I go back in with the spoolie to blend it out because we want this to be as natural as possible. I then go back in with the powder by Jordana also to create or mimic the little hairs in the beginning portion of my brows to make it as natural as well. Now to make this as sharpened and as clean as possible, you can fix your errors and mistakes by using concealer. So I go back in with my NC50 MAC Studio Fix Concealer and go back under the brows and clean up any errors or mistakes that I may have made putting on the brow gel. And I clean up the top portion of the brow as well to have a more cohesive look. To avoid any concealer shadows, what I do is I brush the actual brush in upward strokes to blend in with my skin, and it also helps when I actually put the foundation on after the fact to also hide the highlighted effect. It is because of this reason that I personally choose to do my brows before I actually go in with foundation or even eyeshadow so that I can actually clean up any errors and make it as precise as I would like. Just like shadows, you want to make sure you blend, blend, blend. And so that is why I'm actually going back in with the spoolie by Sonia Kashuk and just making sure the hairs are really blended and buffing out the inner portion of the eyes so that there is a nice gradient effect. Then going back in with the concealer brush to also clean up the edges as much as possible because we want to make sure everything is blended to a T. And there you have it, your completed brows. All you have to do is just blend it into your skin and you're all set to go. Hope you enjoyed. See you in my next video.